everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. This is DizWorks Edits here. A lot of you all know me as True, or if you really know me, you actually know my real name, which is Brooke. So, hi, it's been a minute. Actually, it hasn't. I just uploaded. Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? Look at me being consistent, sort of. I can't promise you how long that'll last, but I'm here right now. It's been really weird. It's been a whirlwind of a year. I feel like this year I've edited more than I have since like high school. Which, if you guys don't know, I'm gonna be 25 this year. I'll be 25 come October. I started editing back when I was 13, 14 years old, so over 10 years now, which is crazy to think about. I left the editing community actually for a few years, on and off, quite a few times. It just, life happened. I had a new, ring of people that I was hanging around with, or new crowd of people, I guess you could say, I was hanging out with, and so it just didn't match. It didn't coexist well, and so I kind of dropped it. And plus, life happened. I moved multiple times after graduation. I think in total I've moved like 11 times in the past 5 years, 6 years, something like that, which is crazy. At one point I was living in Florida for a few years. Gosh, I moved 3 different times alone just down there. And now I'm back in my home state, which is Kentucky. And yeah, I'm not really excited to be back in my home state, but I have family here, so I can't complain. I have family here. I met my wife here. So yeah, I got married earlier this year too, or not earlier this year, earlier within the past year, if that makes sense. Okay. I got married in August of 2024. Let's just, there. Can't English, but yeah, I got married in August of 2024. So life's been a little hectic. I've been busy nonstop, trying to work on different things, getting back into editing, getting back into writing again, which has been a crazy feeling. I've been working on some fan fiction, some original stories. I'm even slowly working on a novel, which is based off of one of my fan fictions. It's, inspired by it, I guess you could say. So it's just been a whirlwind of craziness going on in my life. But I'm trying to make time, trying to edit where I can. Anytime I get a new inspiration, I immediately write it down and I'll try to work on it as I can. It's just, it does get a little difficult. I am working full time. Like I said, I am married. My wife and I we call them our 6 fur babies. We got 6 animals. We got 4 dogs and 2 cats. So it's been a little crazy. I actually just lost my fur baby, my baby who I've had for 13 years. I just lost her earlier this year, back in May. So that was a lot. I took a break from everything, including writing, for a minute when that happened. So yeah, it's just been a crazy year in general. Yeah, but it's nice to be back. I will say it's really, I think this will be my 4th video on this channel this year, which is the most I've posted, I think, since like 2018, 2017-ish, which is crazy. But I'm really excited to be back. My wife, she is very supportive over all of this, surprisingly. I mean, I remember the first time I made an edit. I don't remember if it was a photo edit, or I think it was a video edit. I think I made a video edit, and I think it was of the Crudes. The first time I edited, when she, after she came in my life, I think it was a video edit, and I made it. It was of the Crudes. It was obviously Guy and Eve, or whatever. And she came in my office one day. I work from home. She came in my office, and she just saw me working. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I think I've told her about my editing life. Like, I think she's known about it, but I don't think she actually like saw a lot of it. So at first she's like, "What are you doing?" And at first I was like, "Oh God, this is embarrassing." Like, the last time I dated someone or had been with someone, they were very judgmental over it. Besides the point, but no, she was like super, super supportive. She thought it was so cool. And yeah. And then I slowly started getting back into video editing, and then it slowly turned into opening Photoshop again, and then writing. I began writing again back last year, I think, or the year before. I think I started writing in 2023, question mark. I am back on Wattpad, making fan fictions and and writing some original stories. I'm even working on my own book, which will likely not be published to Wattpad if I ever finish it. I actually want to like physically publish it. I don't know if that'll ever come about, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't even know why I'm rambling in this video, to be honest with you guys. I think I just wanted to talk and give you all an update. Like I said, I'm so excited to be back. It's such a nice feeling. Like even making this edit, I think the time lapse was like, I'll have to double check. Don't quote me on this. I'll put the time lapse in the description, but I believe it was like 4.5, 5-ish hours, something like that, give or take. Maybe almost up to 6. I was working on it throughout the day. But yeah, I don't know. My original goal for this edit was to do like a future Adrien Agreste, you know, doing a magazine cover. He's no longer modeling, as we know from the show. He's not a model anymore, but I could see older Adrien no longer modeling, but possibly becoming like an actor of sorts. And, you know, obviously he would still do some magazine covers here and there. So that's kind of what I did here. He doesn't look exactly how I wanted him to, but you know what? It looks good. I will take it for now. We can only improve, you know? I'm probably gonna work on a few things behind the scenes and see. I definitely want to build back up my editing skill. I feel like I'm doing okay at the moment, but I could be doing better. That's one thing that sucks, by the way. When I left the editing community, like I said, I believe I left in like 2017, 2018, and I was kind of back and forth with coming back to it. There was just so much going on at that time in my life, but I think I officially left the editing community in 2017, 2018, and I really regret it so much. A part of me is like, why did I even do that? Because I was getting really decent at Photoshop, and this is back when, you know, Photoshop was still like, yeah, it was good. But the new Photoshop, I love the new Photoshop look. I don't know why, but I just work better with it. But I was finally finding my groove, finding my style and all that kind of stuff, and then I quit, right? Well, as soon as I came back, my style was gone. I had no idea what I was doing anymore. Felt like a newbie learning Photoshop all over again, because now it's no longer like, I believe I had like Photoshop CS5 is what it was called, and they don't even have those anymore. I don't even know if you can still get them. The older versions of Photoshop, you might be able to, I don't know. But now it's like Photoshop 2024, Photoshop 2025, and all that jazz, and really good systems, by the way. They look fairly the same, but there are definitely some differences in them and whatnot. But yeah, I always look back. As soon as I open Photoshop and I start to edit something, I always look back and I regret my decision to leave the community. Just because I felt like I said, I was starting to find my groove, and now I'm having to research for it. Which I feel like I'm slowly getting there. I feel like it's not the worst, you know? So I'll take it. I think the edit turned out pretty good at the end. I was gonna add in something. I think you'll see me add it in at one point and then I delete it. But I was gonna add in something on the cover and be like, where is he at now, living in Gabriel Agreste's shadow or something like that. I don't know. But obviously this is when, like, in my mind, this is supposed to be when Adrien, when he's older. He has a, you know, slightly different haircut. He has, you know, shorter edges, but longer on the top type feel, which, by the way, was inspired by many fan art that I see of Adrien Agreste, you know, older Adrien Agreste. So thank you to all of the different artists that have ever done anything like that. Well, like I said, it didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, but overall, I feel like you get a good idea of what I was going for. I didn't make many changes. I kind of made his arms a little bit bigger, not too much, because, you know, he's still, I don't know, they're the scrawny men. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. But anyway, I made his arms a little bit bigger. His face is a little bit thinner. Somewhat of like a jawline, not too much, but somewhat. You can't really see it because of the jacket anyways, but somewhat of a jawline. And then I think I made his eyes a little smaller. I did also make his nose a little bit bigger, and his mouth, I moved it down a little bit because I feel like with his mouth so close to his nose, especially in those like original seasons, it just makes him look younger. And so I kind of extended it down a little bit. And the one thing with like noses, for instance, they always grow. They don't stop growing. So I added that on there to make his nose a little bit bigger, show that he's a little bit older. I don't know if it came across that way. Hopefully it does. He's not like crazy older. I don't know, maybe like early 20s, mid 20s, something like that. So there's not complete changes from his, high school look, I guess you could say, but just little subtle changes to show that he's a little older. I even give him, you'll see at one point, I give him some earrings and some, I think give him an eyebrow piercing. I don't know, something different. I feel like after everything that's ever happened to him, I'm not going to get into spoilers if you haven't seen the show or the movie or anything like that, but I feel like after everything that's happened, I feel like he's just kind of off to his own thing, almost slightly going bad boy, but not really. He's just figuring out himself, essentially. And so it's kind of why I added those. I was so tempted to try and paint his nails black, but you can't really see his nails in the photo, so I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to try. I feel like if I did it, it would just look off. So I didn't even paint them, but then I was tempted to even like put like a streak of color in his hair. I didn't end up doing it, but I was thinking about it. Maybe I'll do like a goth version of Adrien at one point or something. I don't know. Because the earrings, I don't know what it was, but I loved the earrings. I thought they looked so good, but that's just me. But yeah, we're getting near the end here. So I will probably hop off here and let you guys just kind of watch the last few seconds, or the last few minutes, I'm sorry, of this video. Sorry for talking about literally anything but this edit. But yeah, I'm happy to say I'm back. I don't see myself leaving anytime soon again. I can't promise I will always consistently be uploading, but I will be doing my best. And if I'm not uploading on Instagram, I'm usually uploading on Wattpad. So, and if you guys don't have my Wattpad, if you go on my last video, which is the edit of the fanfiction cover, then you can find the link there as well. So yeah, if you aren't already following me on other social medias or anything like that, feel free to do so if you want. But I do try to upload where I can, and it's not always perfect, but we're trying. We'll see. Anywho, I'll get off here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and today's edit. If you have any critiques, let me know. Always be nice. But I'm still learning. Like I said, I left the editing community for years, so I'm slowly trying to get back into everything and find my groove and find my style. But overall, I hope you guys liked it. I know he's not crazy different. I wanted to actually give him a hoodie, but your girl needs to learn how to paint clothes, okay? I'm not that good at that. There are some editors out there who can do it really well. I am not one of them. It's a trial and error. But yeah, I will get off here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.